Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today our topic of Histology Practical is arteries. First we'll discuss the general structure of blood vessels. All arteries and veins, they exhibit same structural pattern as regards the composition of their walls. Generally, the wall of a blood vessel is composed of three layers: tunica intima, tunica media, and tunica adventitia. Tunica intima is the innermost layer, media is the middle layer, and adventitia is the outermost layer. Tunica intima consists of endothelium, subendothelial connective tissue, and internal elastic lamina. Endothelium is made up of single layer of squamous cells which line the internal surface of the vessel. Subendothelial connective tissue lies beneath the endothelium. Then the third layer is internal elastic lamina, which is present in some arteries. It consists of fenestrated layer made up of elastin fibers, and it forms the outermost boundary of tunica intima. It separates tunica intima from tunica media. Then is tunica media, which I told you is the middle layer. It is composed of many layers of smooth muscle fibers. Variable amount of collagen fibers, elastic fibers, reticular fibers, and proteoglycans are also found between the smooth muscle fibers. External elastic lamina may also be present at the junction of tunica media and tunica adventitia. Then is the third layer, or the third coat, outermost coat, tunica adventitia. It is composed of collagen and elastic fibers. It merges with the connective tissue through which the vessel runs. Tunica adventitia of large arteries and veins, it may also contain vasa vasorum and nervi vasorum. Now, vasa vasorum are the vessels that supply blood to the walls of large blood vessels. These are arterioles, capillaries, and venules. And nervi vasorum are the nerves of the vessel. These nerves form a network of unmyelinated sympathetic nerve fibers that supply smooth muscles in tunica media. Now we'll discuss the details of arteries. Vessels that carry blood away from the heart are called as arteries. Now, depending upon their size, we divide them into three types. Small arteries, which are called as arterioles, medium-sized arteries, which are called as muscular arteries, and large-sized arteries, which are called as elastic arteries. First, we'll discuss the small arteries or arterioles. Now, in the wall of an arteriole, three tunicas are easily distinguishable. Tunica intima consists of endothelium, a very thin layer of subendothelial connective tissue, and internal elastic lamina may also be seen. Tunica media contains two layers of smooth muscle fibers in small arterioles, and in large arterioles, up to 5 layers of smooth muscle fibers are present. Then is tunica adventitia, which is scanty, and it consists of thin layer of collagen and elastic fibers. This is the microscopic structure of an arteriole. We can see up to 3 layers of smooth muscle fibers in tunica media. Here also we can see a venule, an arteriole, and a capillary. In arteriole, we can see that up to 3 to 5 layers of smooth muscle fibers are present in tunica media. This is the diagram of arteriole. The innermost lining is endothelium, which is made up of simple squamous cells. Then is subendothelial connective tissue. Then is tunica media, which is composed of 3 to 5 layers of smooth muscle fibers. And then outermost layer, tunica adventitia, which is made up of connective tissue fibers, capillaries, and fibroblasts. Now we'll discuss the medium-sized arteries, which are also called as muscular arteries. Tunica intima consists of all the 3 layers, that is endothelium, subendothelial connective tissue, and internal elastic lamina. In muscular arteries, the internal elastic lamina and external elastic lamina both are very prominent. Tunica media of medium-sized arteries, it contains as many as 40 layers of smooth muscle fibers. Variable amount of elastic and reticular fibers may also be present between the smooth muscle fibers. Tunica adventitia, it is composed of collagen and elastic fibers, and it equals in thickness to tunica media. Example is axillary artery and the brachial artery. Here we can see the microscopic structure of muscular artery. We can clearly see the endothelium of the artery. Then the tunica media, which is composed of many layers of smooth muscle fibers, and then tunica adventitia, which is made up of dense connective tissue. Then in next diagram, we can clearly see tunica intima, subendothelial connective tissue, and internal elastic lamina is also very prominent. Tunica media is made up of many layers of smooth muscle fibers, and then tunica adventitia, which is made up of connective tissue fibers. This is the diagram of muscular artery. The innermost layer is endothelium, which is made up of single layer of squamous cells. Then subendothelial connective tissue, which is composed of collagen and elastic fibers, fibroblast and capillaries are also seen in it. Then is internal elastic lamina, which is very prominent in muscular arteries. Tunica media is made up of multiple layers of smooth muscle fibers, and elastic fibers are also seen in between the smooth muscle fibers. Then is external elastic lamina, which is also very prominent, and it separates the tunica media from tunica adventitia. Tunica adventitia is made up of collagen and elastic fibers, capillaries, fibroblast, and a few adipocytes are also seen. Now we'll discuss the large arteries or the elastic arteries. These arteries are characterized by presence of large amount of elastic fiber in their wall. Therefore, they are also called as elastic arteries. Now, tunica intima is very thick. Under it, under the endothelium, subendothelial connective tissue is present, which consists of collagen and elastic fibers. Internal elastic lamina and external elastic lamina are not prominent because of the large amount of elastic fibers present in tunica media. These elastic fibers, they occur as several fenestrated lamella arranged in the form of layers, and the spaces between this lamella is occupied by smooth muscle fibers. Then tunica adventitia, it also consists of collagen and elastic fibers which are arranged longitudinally. Many fibroblasts and macrophages are also present. Now in large arteries, as we know, tunica adventitia contains vasa vasorum and nervi vasorum. Vasa vasorum are the vessels that supply the large blood vessel, and nervi vasorum are the unmyelinated sympathetic nerves that supply the smooth muscles in tunica media. Example of elastic artery is aorta. Here is the microscopic structure of aorta. We can see tunica intima, which is thick and made up of, we can clearly see the subendothelial connective tissue, and then we can also see the tunica media, which is made up of many layers of elastic fibers, and then tunica adventitia, which is made up of again connective tissue fibers. Now this is the diagram of elastic artery. Tunica intima is made up of endothelium and subendothelial connective tissue. Endothelium is lined by simple squamous cells. Subendothelial connective tissue contains collagen and elastic fibers, capillaries, and fibroblasts. Internal and external elastic lamina are not prominent because of the large amount of elastic fibers in tunica media, and the spaces between these fibers is spaces between these fibers are filled by smooth muscles. Then is tunica adventitia. Tunica adventitia contains vasa vasorum, nervi vasorum, capillaries, fibroblasts, connective tissue fibers. This is the end of lecture. Thank you very much.